Greetings everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's one, I'm going to be reviewing something that I don't really know too much about because I haven't really been interested in said item for the last who knows how many years. The last time that I used one of these was back in about 2006 or something, and it was a Banggood one, and I just plugged a laptop into it and just used it, and that was it. Otherwise, I haven't used one since. And I got an email from Banggood saying, would you like to have a look at one? I said, sure, why not? And they have sent it out to me for review, so thank you very much to Banggood for sending this item out for review. I really do appreciate it. Also, just a small disclaimer, all opinions in this video are mine. Banggood is not paying me for this review. They have just sent the sample out for me to review, and that is what I'm doing. And I'm going into this with an open mind. And of course, if you want to have a look at this item, the link is in the description below. It is an affiliate link, so if you do click it and purchase it, I do earn a small percentage of commission. I'm not sure how much though, but if you don't feel comfortable doing that, there's no obligations. You can go to Google, search it up yourself, and find another link that you're absolutely comfortable with, so there's absolutely no obligations there. So with all that being said and done, we are having a look at the newest version BLITZWOLF BW-VP1 PRO LCD projector, 2800 lumens phone, same screen version, support 1080p input, Dolby audio, wireless portable smart home theater projector beamer, AU plug. It's a bit of a tongue twister of a title, but we got there in the end. It's rated 5 stars with 555 reviews, so that's pretty good. And currently it's $103 Australian, which I'll display all different currencies here for you all if you want to have a look at them. And by the looks of it, it's also offering free shipping because you can get it shipped from China, the USA, or Australia. Mine's come from Australia, obviously. It's got a bit of an industrial design going onto it. Got some buttons on top. They've stuck an iPhone, by the looks of it, on top of it with a Toyota Supra on there doing a mad drift, so that's pretty cool. But it looks okay. In a nice grey colour as well, which I like. We have the specification sheet just here as well. It's pretty much self-explanatory though, just saying, it's 2800 lumens, native resolution 720p, 1080p, the display technology is LCD. Someone did try and explain to me how the display technology works inside of it, and it kind of just went way over my head, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. As I said, I don't know much about projectors, so I'm not really the right person to be doing this review, but I will try my absolute best to do this. The screen size, we can go from 50 inches to 300 inches, depending on how far the projector is from where you're projecting it, if that makes sense. It does have 3D as well. The aspect ratio is 16:9 or 4:3. We have the keystone correction, contrast ratio, projection model, throw ratio. There's a throw ratio, I'm not too sure what that is, but okay. We don't have autofocus, manual focus is what I'm used to anyways the last time I used it. There are speakers on this as well, so that's kind of cool. Compatibility, you can basically use it with anything because you have one HDMI, one USB, composite AV, and a VGA port. There's also a 3.5mm headphone jack, so you can connect headphones to it or a speaker system, whatever you'd like to do. No Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi, but it does have Wi-Fi mirroring though, so we might have to give that a go. It supports a whole bunch of movie formats, audio formats and stuff, so if you have a USB full of stuff that you want to play off the projector, you can just plug that right in and off you go. There should be a decent UI built onto this, but we'll have a look at it and see how it is. LED lifetime is 50,000 hours, so it shouldn't blow up anytime soon. The product size and weight, and the package size and weight are listed there as well. Okay, we've got the main features just here that says the screen of the phone is on the same screen as the projector without downloading the app. So that means there is an app that we have to get for this to work. It may work without the app, but we'll see. 2800 lumen, bright for clearly display in daytime. We're going to be trying it in the dark, so it's all good. Support 1080p. Input, 360 degrees horizontal and vertical keystone correction for breaking limit of placement. I'm not sure what that means, sorry. Cinema style stereo mixing sound, independent speaker cavity. I think that means that you can have a speaker system plugged in and it'll be stereo, or you can just have the one speaker in the unit for sound. Support front shot and back shot. Unique industrial design for digital projector. Well, I did say that it kind of has an industrial design, so that's good. Unique industrial design for game projector similar to Xbox. It doesn't look like an Xbox, but okay, and it's a multi-language version. Scrolling down the listing, we've got the advertisements for the unit. So we've got the BLITZWOLF BW-VP1 PRO projector with the phone screen mirroring, wireless connection, 2800 lumens, 720p resolution, multiple ports, and Dolby audio, with that same Toyota Supra doing a mad drift there as well. As it says, smartphone mirroring, display the phone screen on the projector without a wireless wired connection, no hub or app required. Is there an app or is there not an app? I'm confused. It's okay. We've got the supported devices there as well, iOS and Android, and then it explains the wireless connection, so you can have both Android and iOS as a wireless connection, but if you do a wired connection, you can only have iOS as the wired connection. Android devices don't support wired connection, but I guess that's okay, just use Wi-Fi and it should be all good. 720p high definition, clear high quality images and smooth videos. As you can see, there's a little comparison there with a race car going whee! It does support 1080p playback, supports the front rear inverted projecting, supported formats, audio, video, videos and images just there. The 2800 lumens plus 2000:1 contrast ratio, high brightness and colourful display, cater to your demands. We've got the 2800 lumens and 1200 lumens. Obviously we want to go with 2800 lumens. The brighter the better, I assume. We've got the easy projection adjustment here, just telling you to use the manual focus and the keystone correction there to get a good image. So once we have this all set up, we'll be using that to get our image to the best quality that we can. LCD screen plus LED, illumination protect your eyes, LED lifetime 50,000 hours, and just shows the TV there and the projection there. Compared to TV, the projector has better comfortable visual experience. Adjustable projection, distance and size. Ideal projection distance, 1 meter to 3 meters. I don't really have a lot of real estate to work with, so I'm going to be trying it at about 1 meter first, and then to see how it goes, we'll then probably bump it up to 2 meters. We'll see how we go though. But depending on how far away it is from wherever you're projecting it, you can get 100 inches, 72 inches, 50 inches, or 28 inches. Install it in any angles freely, takes up very little space. It is a fairly small box for a projector. Like as I said, the last time I used one, it was a Banggood one, it was huge, and it was mounted to the roof. But this one's on a tripod. Sadly, I don't have another tripod laying around, or else I could have mounted it to one. That would have been smart. We've got the universal compatibility as well with all the ports and all the supported devices that you can use. Whoa, VCD. Man, I haven't seen VCD in years. Is VCD still a thing? We have the built-in speaker listed. We will test that as well. The weight of it is 1.1 kilograms, which is about right. There is an HDMI cable included in the package, and we've just got a showcase of some images here of the item, just the buttons and how it's going to look when it's all set up, and a guy watching it on the side of his van. Is that slightly photoshopped in there? It probably is, but that's okay. And that is basically it. So I think at this point in time, everyone's got a rough idea of what we're having a look at. Let's go ahead and unbox it, see how it is, set it up, test it, and as I said, I'll try my absolute best through this review to give as much in-depth information as I can. If I miss anything, I do apologize though. But here we have the item. We have a small problem. It kind of doesn't fit on the desk. I mean, it does, but we may have to switch filming locations. So give me a moment and we'll flip this around. Okay, we have the box here. So this originally took 5 days to arrive to my parcel locker. However, the courier company could not find the shop name of where my parcel locker was located, and it went back to the depot for me to then work out a rearrangement for redelivery. So then it took an additional 6 days for them to get around to redelivering it, and then eventually I got it. It doesn't matter, I finally got it, it's here. Let's unbox it and take a look at it. Got to replace my razor blade, that thing's getting dull. Now, I have actually reviewed another BLITZWOLF product. It was the earphones that I got sent from Banggood as well. So the packaging, the whole green and white aesthetic, is the same thing that is applying to this one. There we go. Oh, it's plain. Oh no! It's got damage, that's okay. BW-VP1 PRO by BLITZWOLF. Fairly basic box, but yeah, the green and white aesthetic was on the headphones as well, I think. I could be wrong. Nothing much on here except for just the specifications and stuff just there, which we've already been over, so we don't need to go over again. Popping that open, and popping that open, and popping that open, and finally popping that open. We have access to our projector, which is packed quite nicely. Hey, it actually is pretty small. And this is our accessory box just here, which contains... Oh, we get an AV lead as well. We get a power cable, which is a standard figure 8 one. I think it's called figure 8. There's probably a more technical name to it, but I call it figure 8. Also, there's a screw floating around in here. I'm not sure what that does, but okay. We do have an HDMI cable, and as I said, the composite AV cable, which is quite handy. If you want to hook up a retro console to it, that'd be pretty cool. We do have the little remote with it as well. Oh, and a little cleaning cloth. That's kind of cool. That's a little remote just there. I'm holding the screw because I don't know what it does yet, but okay, we'll figure it out. That little remote is just like so. Does it include batteries? It does not. Luckily I have some, it's all good. We get the little chargy, happy, smiley face dude. Just like that. He's happy there, unhappy. Why is he unhappy on that side? We've got 18 months manufacturer warranty, so that's pretty good. And we've got the user manual here, which is probably in a bunch of different languages, but I think we just need to pay attention to the first few pages. If I need to come back to here, I will, but I think I'm just going to wing it and set it all up and just see how we go. Oh, that's the interface, just there. Alright, and the projector itself is that one right there. So we've got a lens cap on there as well, which we can just remove to reveal. Ooh, that's pretty nice. So I'll just put that back on there. BLITZWOLF just there, that's probably the IR receiver for the remote. Screen mirroring, we've got some ventilation just there, because obviously this is going to get a bit warm. VGA, HDMI, USB, headphones, and AV. There's another IR port just there. So what they were talking about in the ad about the whole front and back usage, I think that's what they mean by that. We have the power connection just there as well. That's the speaker just there. That's actually not too bad. And then there's another channel for the speaker just there, so it might actually be really good. Got more ventilation just there, as well as the plastic having this ventilation sort of look going along. Now this is entirely made of plastic, but that's okay, that's no dramas at all. At the bottom of the unit here, we've got our little sticker just there. That tells us we've got the screen mirroring support as well. We've got a QC sticker there. We've got a tripod mount as well, and maybe that's where that screw goes into? Maybe one of those ones? I'm not too sure what that does as of yet. I'm sure I'll figure it out. And of course, on top we have our adjustments just there, and then the focus mechanism. Okay, I will just leave that to its default position. And then we have the buttons on there as well. If you don't have the remote, you can just use these buttons, but I've got some batteries, so I'll put them in the remote and we'll use that. So what I'll do now is plug it in. We're going to set it up just here because I've got my wall just over there. So we'll have it about here. It'll be about 1.5 meters away from the wall. So we'll just see how this goes and we'll start testing this out. Alright, I've got the camera positioned. I'm going to plug it in. I've kind of had to use the box as a bit of a stand because it would have been too low otherwise. So I'll go ahead and plug it in. So currently at the moment we've got a red light on the front. Remote is set up. So I'll press on. There we go. So this is just a temporary setup at the moment. So I'm going to do a manual focus. It's getting clearer. It's getting clearer. Oh. That is as clear as we're going to get. I need to have it back further. So at the moment I've kind of had to put it onto a box and then put it on the retail box, and then I've got it stacked on top of the box and we've got a picture. So at the moment it looks like it's probably about 32 inches, maybe a bit more, and that's projected about 1.5 meters away from the wall. So we've got movie, music, photo, text, and no device. So we can choose the source, so we've got PC RGB, HDMI, screen mirroring, AV, and USB. So we're going to be leaving the computer portion last. I want to try mobile devices first and see how that goes. So coming into the menu, we have the OSD language, restore factory defaults, OSD blending, OSD duration. We have software updates via USB. That's kind of interesting. I will check to see if there's any actually available. And if there is, I'll update this and see how it goes. We have picture mode standard, color temperature, medium, aspect ratio 16:9. That's what we want to keep it as. Noise reduction, middle, flip, front, reduce display size, and PC setup. But obviously we don't have a PC setup at the moment, so that's all good. Audio sound mode is going to be standard. Auto volume is off. We've got the volume controls on the remote. And then we also have a sleep timer. The fan in the unit is actually quite audible, but it's not that bad. If you're going to be sitting far away from this, you're not going to notice it. But because I'm sitting right next to the projector, I can hear it. I've got a USB that I carry around on my keys, so I'm just going to plug that in and see if anything comes up. Now, I have plugged a 64 gig USB in, and it does have a couple of photos, videos, and all that sort of thing on it, so it's probably reading it at the moment because right now I can't do anything. I can't change it. It's just frozen. It's likely going to take a bit of time to read everything off the USB, and then it'll pop up. Is that Dwight and Jim on the couch just there, watching TV together? Dwight on the left, Jim on the right. Jim's wearing a turtleneck though. That doesn't make sense. Currently it says no device at the moment. I'm going to plug my Samsung S20 FE into this and just see if it comes up with anything. There we go, it's detected a device, so that's good. So can I see my photos on my phone? I cannot. Aww. So I've just prepared a USB with some random files on it, so I'll go ahead and plug this one in and see if this works. Yay, USB 2.0. Okay, cool. So I have a text file on here. USB. There it is there. This is just a CPU list that I have of a whole bunch of LGA 775 CPUs that I haven't tested. I just have a list of them. Oh, there we go. You just press play, and there it all is there. And then I just go next. Oh, yep, there they all are. Okay. Yep. 182 of them. I have no idea what I'm going to do with any of these, but at least text works. Photo, all I kind of thought of was my logo, my silly logo. Hey! Hey, it doesn't look too bad. Just do different transitions and just watch it go. Whee! Okay, that works. We've got music. You know what's about to happen, don't you? Yep, there we go. Alright. Oh, that's only at half volume. Holy crap, okay. Whoever thought that I'd be doing a speaker test on a projector? That makes no sense whatsoever, but sure, why not? There we go. So you can just fast forward a little bit, so we're just going to fast forward to where we need it to go to. See a little equalizer going on? Looks like that stacker game that no one can ever win. Alright, so at 50% volume, I've got my sound meter just here. I'm going to hold it up to the projector, and we're going to see how loud it gets to. We got to 104.4 at 50% volume. So what if we were to bump it all the way to 100, let's say? And we'll see how we go now. $107.6 we got to. And I must say, the speaker in this is pretty acceptable. For a $100 device, that is more than enough. You can just take it anywhere, set it up. If you don't want to take speakers around with you, the inbuilt speaker's going to be just fine. I mean, there's only one in there, yeah, but it's obviously going to do the job just fine. Lastly, in this little setting here, I just want to try a movie. I was trying to think of what to play on here. The only thing that I thought would be worth playing is the Fast and the Furious, the original one from 2001. It is in 480p though, but I just want to see how it looks. I think it's in MKV. Could be an MP4. There we go. Obviously it's not going to look the best because it's coming from a projector and it's only a 480p video, but still, we'll go forward a little bit to where it gets really interesting. Obviously I can't play too much of it due to copyright, but this is just a demonstration, and here we go. That was awesome. The speaker actually handled that quite well with all the car noises and stuff like that. That was actually not too bad. The picture from here looks pretty good. I could easily sit back and watch it how it is. The problem is the screen real estate that I'm dealing with isn't really super big at the moment, so I'd have to change it to really get a better perspective on everything. But at the moment, it's looking really, really good. So the inbuilt interface, while very basic and looking very plain, it does the job fine. You just plug a USB in. Obviously, with a USB that has a lot of files on it, it may not read like it did with my one originally, but with just a USB with a couple of files on it and stuff like that, I think you're going to be all good. So I can safely say, that's all working. Now, I'm going to test the AV function. I've got an untested PS1 that's been sitting here for a while that I have not tried, and I'm going to try it to see if it does work. Oh, noises, stuff, things. Okay. The PlayStation 1 doesn't really sound happy, but it's fine. I can actually hear some buzzing coming from the projector. Nah, I think the laser's dead on this one. Okay, so if the PlayStation's close to the projector, it does that. If it's away from the projector, it's fine. I don't even know what game this is. It's just on an unlabeled CD. Oh, Resident Evil. Oh, the controller doesn't work. Wait, it should go into, hang on. I'm going to change it to 4x3. Oh. Okay, maybe I'd do auto? Nah. 4x3. I'll just do auto. So trying another controller in this PS1, it's not working, so I have a feeling this PS1 has a faulty controller port. I mean, it's pretty dirty and grubby and stuff like that, so that kind of explains it. Okay, so I just have another PlayStation that I've just got, and we're going to try this one and see if this one works. There we go. Oh, it's got to focus. Hang on. There you go. Alright, this is the Biohazard 1.5 beta. of Resident Evil 2. And I just kind of put this on a CD and chucked it into my random PS1, and here we go. So, yep, there's the good old screen there. It's not full screen though. It's like half. God damn the PS1 models, man. Loving them. Yeah, see how it's cut off down the bottom there? Like, just there is where it's cut off. Sadly though, I can't do anything in the settings to change it. Okay, so just a small update here. The reason why I'm having some issues with the screen being cut off at the bottom is because I'm playing a beta version of Resident Evil 2, that being Biohazard 1.5. I did try my copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on here, and it worked absolutely no problems whatsoever. It wasn't cut off, and I put it in the 4:3 aspect ratio, and everything looked absolutely fine, and it was very, very playable. But yeah, my apologies for this bit here. I didn't know what was going to be on this disc. It turned out to be Resident Evil 1.5, and yeah, because it's not really optimized to be played on an actual console, that's kind of the reason why it's looking the way it is. But it works! I can't run though. I hold down more than one button and that's it. I can't do anything else. So yeah, these controls are faulty. But I think you get the main idea that you can play PlayStation 1, but at least I know that AV works, and it actually doesn't look half bad, to be fairly honest. I could easily sit back and play this, no problems at all. As much as I always prefer a CRT for playing, you know, old school games and stuff, this actually does a really good job at producing a decent image for what it is. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, it may have looked like that it was sort of ghosting on camera, but I can tell you, in person, there was no ghosting or anything. It was very, very clear. So let's do screen mirroring. Alrighty, here we go. So it tells us how to connect via wireless for both iOS and Android. With Android, it says click AirPlay, screen mirroring on your phone. Okay, so let's connect my iPhone XS Max to this, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so on my iPhone, I've found the Wi-Fi that's come up for this. And of course the password's 12345678. You can probably change that, I'd say. So I've connected my XS Max through Wi-Fi to this, and I've clicked AirPlay and nothing's happening at the moment. Nope, just says no internet connection. Maybe there's something that I'm missing on iOS? Okay, so it turns out that I was doing something wrong connecting the iPhone to the projector via wireless. What you needed to do was go to the IP address that's listed at the top of the screen mirroring page. You go to that, you type that into a browser, and it comes up with Wi-Fi AP and settings. You want to go to Wi-Fi AP, connect to your Wi-Fi network, it'll say successful, then you go to screen mirroring, and then Arcade will come up. So what the Arcade is essentially a Chromecast built into the projector. And once you've done this little step, the iPhone will be paired to the projector, and then you can go ahead and use your iPhone to stream and play games and all that stuff wirelessly. But honestly, I think the wired connection works a little bit better for iOS. That's just me personally. So I'm just going to plug it directly into the projector. There we go. Trust this computer. Trust. Okay. Heyo! So we have iOS running. Wired is fine. Let's try this by opening up IDA64. There you go. Yay! I don't have any games on here. So let's just do the YouTube test instead. So it does say connected to AirPlay at the moment, which is supposedly correct. I am going to go to quality, and we're going to change it to advanced, and we are going to choose 1080p 60 FPS. There we go, it is doing its thing, I assume. There we go. Ooh. Hey, that looks nice. The speaker's really good. The colors are really, really, really good for what they are. Wow, that actually doesn't look too bad at all. I can't even say too bad. That's actually really, really good. And roughly the projected image that I have right now is about 32 inches, maybe a bit more. And that is easily more than watchable. That is great. That looks really awesome. I like that. Well, YouTube test on a projector is good. Can't believe I'm actually saying that, but there you go. Alright, so there is a bit of input lag. So if I do this, there is a bit of lag there, but it's not too bad. If you're going to be watching videos, you won't notice it, but if you're going to be like what I'm doing right now on the internet, then yeah, you're going to notice it. So far, testing with the iPhone, very good. So now, let's move on to Android. So I'll just disconnect that, and it should just go blank, and there we go. I think I got it. I had to go into Quick settings on my Samsung and then go to Smart View. There we go. It does work. So for this test, I'm just going to try Need for Speed No Limits. Because why not? Alright, let's give it a go. Once again, the input lag is there. Oh, gee. Oh, what? Uh-oh. Sorry, I lost touch functionality for just a little bit. It's because it's cut off on my phone. It looks, I must say, it looks pretty bad. So, on the display, it's supposed to be connected as 720p, but it looks more like it's playing at 480p at the moment. I mean, it's not too bad though. But you can sort of see it being a bit choppy, but that is also because of Wi-Fi as well. And I lost the race because I lost touch functionality. That's okay though. Okay, why not show photos of my adorable little cat here? There we go. Once again, there's a little bit of input lag from me having a look at this, but you can see it all there. Here's some night shots that I took in the city the other day, which actually looks really, really nice. I'm pretty sure people were staring at me while I was taking random photos. Like, I think there's people in there, but that's okay though. I just took a couple of pictures of the night city and yeah, that's what it looks like. That is what it looks like. There's my kibby there, and that's my kibby, and that's my kibby. She was sitting next to me watching TV. I think we were watching Porn Stars, I think. She likes TV. See? She's fine. See? Look, it's adorable. Oh, look at that. How can you not fall in love with that? And there she was on a blankie. Oh, she was being cute. Also, she decided to make the sink her own personal bed, and then looked at me and went, "What? Is there something wrong? Do you want me to do anything?" So, yeah, that's Ripley for you. At least she was happy, though. Okay, well, here's me filming at the moment. But that's all good, though. There's so many things you could do with this, to be honest. There's so many features. I didn't, honestly, when I got off of the projector, I was kind of like, there's not a lot I can do with this. There is a lot you can do with this. And it doesn't look too bad either. So at this point in time, I've tested USB, I've tested the AV, and I've also tested the screen mirroring. But now it's time that we go on to HDMI. And for that, I'm going to need a laptop, and I'm going to set this up somewhere else, and we're going to see how this looks. Okay, so I now have the projector set up on a box, and then I have it on 3 stackable boxes. Well, tubs. So just to give you all an idea of the size at the moment, it's pretty big. So now I'm blind. But what I'm going to do is connect my laptop up to this, and we're going to play just a bit of Doom 2016, because why not? This is a really, really janky setup, but I think it's okay. I'm kind of leaning on my kitchen bench right now to film this, because I've got my laptop connected. This is fine.
Primary access points to the tower were destroyed in the explosion. The pipeline is damaged but still intact. There are thrust boots in the maintenance hangar. You can use them to traverse the pipeline.
There is a tiny bit of input lag. Tiny bit, not too much. Yep, this is good. Ta-da, we made it! Doom works. It looks pretty good. That's probably about a 55-inch display that you're looking at. It's a little bit blurry, but otherwise it's actually not too bad. That was actually quite enjoyable. Even though it was very uncomfortable and I have a very janky setup at the moment, it's not too bad. Ripley and I both agree that this is a pretty good projector, don't you think? Yeah. I think she's pretty happy with it. It's pretty bright, isn't it? Okay. But you liked it, right? She likes it. Well, now that I've demonstrated basically every feature that I can with this, I'm going to pack this up and we're going to do a final conclusion and call this a day, I think. Even though it's... what is it? It's 4:30 in the morning. That's fine. Well, I think at this point in time, everyone, I've tested everything on this. I've tested the user interface that's on this. I've tested different distances for this. I've done a speaker test on a projector. It is what it is. I've played Doom on it. I've played PS1. I've connected an iPhone. And I've connected an Android device to this. And I gotta say, this is actually really good. When I first started this video, I was really iffy about doing this. I was kind of like, it's not going to be that interesting. But once I got it powered up and started testing everything, I actually really enjoyed this. And there are so many things that I could do with this now. It would just come in handy. You know, there's a few small issues here and there, but for $100 Australian, this projector is far more better than I actually anticipated. As I have said a couple of times during the video, I don't know anything about projectors. The last time I used one was about 2006, 2007, and it was a chunky thing. This thing is a tiny little thing. There's an iPhone XS Max, for example. You know, it's a very small projector, a very small footprint. That means you can basically just pack it in a backpack, take it with you to your friend's place, and whip it out, plug it in, connect a phone to it, and sit back, watch some movies, watch some YouTube or whatever. You know, I'm actually really surprised at how well this worked. But I do apologise for some of the quality within the video because it didn't really look the best in some areas, especially with it being sort of lopsided, and me doing a very ghetto solution to having this, you know, on tubs and boxes and stuff. If I had a spare tripod laying around, I could have just set it up on that and that would have solved all my issues. However, it's okay. We got there in the end and I got to test everything that I needed to. And honestly, after I'd done the main bit of testing, this actually wasn't hot at all, so the fan that's in the unit is doing a good job of dissipating all the heat out of it, so that is all good. I was going to do a teardown, however, I'm not confident with doing a teardown of this. I really don't want to do that, so I do apologise. I want to keep this in its current state. I don't want to take the risk of pulling it apart. It would be interesting though, but I don't want to do that. Because this is one of the cheaper units, the more advanced ones have Android plus Wi-Fi, so you can do a lot more. But as this is, I think it's really good. If you can pick this up for $100, I think you'll have a lot of uses for it. I didn't think I'd ever be looking at a projector on this channel, but here we are, and I hope you did enjoy this one. It is a very different video that I've done on my channel, so, you know, I don't mind doing a few weird things here and there that are out of the ordinary, because you just never know. I thought it may have been very boring to review, but it turned out to be actually quite fun. But with all that being said and done, I highly recommend this. I actually think it's a really nifty product, and for its small little size, and for what it can do, I think it's really good. Now, there's other reviews out there that probably get straight to the point and stuff, but I like to go in depth and I like to talk about a lot of things within my videos, thus the length of them, but there's been timestamps in there, so that will help you just skip right along. But hopefully you did all enjoy this one for what it was. So once again, a big thank you to Banggood for sending this product out to me for a review. I really do appreciate it. And all opinions in this video are my own, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And if you would like to check out this product, as I mentioned, there is a link down in the description below. That is an affiliate link, so if you do click that and do purchase the item, I will get a small percentage of commission. You are not obligated to click that link. If you want to go onto Google and have a look around, see if you can find it cheaper or whatever, that's absolutely fine with me. It's just there for your convenience, if you're interested, and I just thought I'd let you all know. But anyways, everyone, that is going to do it from me. Thank you very much for coming along this journey with me and having a look at this projector. And I really hope you got some sort of enjoyment or entertainment out of this. And, you know, I think I'd done a kind of okay job with it all. Hopefully. We'll see. If I did miss anything, let me know down in the comments below. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Take care. Stay safe. Be good people. And I'll see you all in the next one. And I will let you all know now that it's going to be some more sample review stuff, it will be some phones that we're going to be having a look at next. So stay tuned for that, everyone. But thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next one. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.